So I say that responsibility is the foundation of interdependence. I mean, nothing happens without 100% responsibility. If you don't assume full responsibility for yourself, unless and until you assume full responsibility for yourself, you force other people to assume responsibility for you. Did you get that? Unless and until you assume full responsibility for yourself, you force other people to assume responsibility for you. So, and it's tough. Again, that look in the mirror where you look at yourself and saying, am I assuming full responsibility? You're always going to want to say to yourself, yes. But it's a continuous journey where you learn there's one aspect of my work or life where I'm not assuming enough responsibility, and I'm going to work on changing that and assuming more. So, part of assuming responsibility, again, your primary responsibility at work is to be a master of your domain. There really is just no substitute for caring. And that's a good thing. I heard this group in the back when we were doing the exercise talking about leading by example. I mean, that's one of the best examples you can set, is that you care about your performance. Because you don't really have much integrity if you're going to talk to someone else about their performance, which you should be doing. If you're going to talk to someone else about their performance, not a whole lot of integrity if you're not a good performer yourself, right? So, fundamental responsibility is to be good at what you do, master your current job, and then focus on that intentional change that we talk about. It is, I believe, that it is my responsibility, not my supervisor's, to help improve the work that I do. It's my job. It's not my supervisor's job. It's my job. And as I perform my job and I become a master of my job, I'm going to know more about my job than my supervisor will. And it just makes sense because I'm doing it day in and day out. And as I see things in the performance of my job that I know could be better, it is my responsibility to go to people and say, here's what I think could be improved. And a partnership position says, here's what I think could be improved, and here's what I'm willing to do to help improve it. That's interdependence. A dependent type of approach would be, here's what sucks, and you need to fix it. Right? Now, if your people come to you with that, I would say celebrate, because at least they're not afraid of you. At least they're coming forward and they're telling you, this isn't working, it needs to be fixed. And celebrate it. But then you want to move them to where they get to the place where they offer suggestions. Okay, well, what would you suggest that we do? Well, I would suggest this. And so that becomes a habit that you try to get them to learn. And then ultimately, you want to get them to the place where when they come to you, they say, this is broke, it's not working. Here's what I think would be a good improvement. Here's what I'm willing to do to make it better. That's true interdependent partnership. Are we going to get all of our people to that place? No. We're not going to get all of our people to that place. But that's my goal. I'm going to tell you that when my people start coming to me and say, I'm doing my job, if we change this, my job would be better, and here's what I'm willing to do to make it happen, that my job becomes much easier. Does that make sense? You work much smarter and you work much easier as a supervisor when you get people to that place. And again, there's no substitute for caring. I think not only are we responsible for performing our jobs with distinction and then improving those jobs, but we're responsible for caring about the work we do, the people we do it with, and the people we do it for. I think that's a fundamental responsibility. And that is something that as you lead that way, it will rub off on people. People will see it. Do you know when people care? In relationship over time, people are going to tell you, oh, I care, right? And we're going to hear the words, but then we're going to watch for their behavior to line up with their words. And I'll know you really care when you walk that talk, right? So, no substitute for caring, just have to care. This is foundational. This is the foundation of right relationship responsibility.